It's time to return to Oz. Hey cuties, PeachY here. Welcome back to a new video, and in this video we're going to be doing a early unboxing and review of the brand new Wicked for Good or Wicked Part 2 Deluxe dolls of Glinda, Upland, and Elphaba Frop. So these two are really stunning. They come in the similar packaging like the first Deluxe dolls. The difference here mainly on the front of the packaging is of course the picture of Ariana Grande as Glinda here, and then Cynthia Erivo as Elphaba. These look amazing, and then we have the icons of her hat, her crown, and then also a new addition here is we have a little tornado. You know, that's definitely very accurate to the second movie. The title for Glinda officially is Enchanting Glinda, and then for Elphaba, they call her Thrillifying Elphaba. So yeah, here's a closer look at Glinda and the packaging. So she looks really stunning. Oh my god. And then here is Elphaba, Elfie. Let's turn them side to side. And here we can see that the sides also are new with icons for both Glinda and Elfie. We can see their silhouettes here in their new costumes, accompanied with their own little icons. And of course we have their weapon of choice, you know, the wand for Glinda and her broom for Elfie. For Glinda, it says, "Thank Oz for good news, Glinda, the best witch of all." And then for Elfie, it says, "The wickedly beautiful witch is wonderful just the way she is." Interesting, interesting. Now, the most the funnest part of the new back of the box here are the new icons on the corners of the packaging. Also, the new castle that Elphaba kind of takes over. So here is a icon for the Tin Man. Here's the icon of the tornado once again, which I feel like is kind of like the icon representing Dorothy. And then here is the icon for the Cowardly Lion. And of course, we have the Scarecrow. And if you're wondering, no, there is no dirty link here on the packaging. There's no misprint. So they've by now definitely cleared that up for the new wave of Deluxe, for the new wave of, you know, Wicked dolls. So that's good. They're so cute, especially Glinda. I think her dress looks so pearly, effervescent, shimmery. Elfie, I like the cape, but I've heard kind of mixed reviews on the cape being you know, cheap quality. So again, we'll be taking a closer look at the dolls, of course, their accessories, the new doll stands, and I will also be comparing these two to their counterparts from the first movie release. So stay tuned, subscribe, and let's get into it. Okay, first up we have Elphaba Frop. She is in the new outfit, of course, from the second movie. She includes her same witch hat, same plastic as per usual. The broomstick is the same piece as well as the first Deluxe doll. The base is the same as well, but the stand here is different. It now grips the legs instead of it being a waist clasp. And then she has a new accessory, actually, the Grimory, which can open, but it's really hard to get it open, so I'm not gonna force it again, but it does open sideways, and then it opens up again like that. So just, yeah, it's really tight, so I just don't wanna break it, so I'm not gonna force it, but it does open. There's a hinge, and there's a hinge here at the ends of the other, there's separate books. So yeah, anyway, cool piece to have, because in the first Deluxe movie doll, we had her bag, and now we have the book itself. So nice detail. Anyway, moving on to the actual doll. So she has the same face sculpt and same face screening and hair like the first Deluxe doll, and honestly all of the Elphaba dolls. So that has not changed, unfortunately. I do think, you know, a more serious expression or darker makeup would have really helped to make her seem more serious and, you know, just to kind of fit the tone of the second movie. But yeah, we have her freckles, the gorgeous makeup, the glossy lips, the baby hairs right there. And then of course we have her hair in little twists, of course, really nice and long and nicely rooted. Then we get to her outfit, which, you know, it's all one piece, essentially. So what you're looking at here is basically a dress trench coat that kind of opens up from the front. It doesn't actually open, but that, you know, that's what it's supposed to look like. It has here 2 buttons glued on the front. We have this pattern going on the trench coat portion. The sleeves have little openings right here. And then we have the collar, which does have some nice details right there with the stitched on lines. And we have some like little frills as well right there, kind of trying to imitate the finish of the dress. So speaking of, yes, the dress portion here is also the same exact, like it's the same, like it's the same piece of the trench coat, like it's all attached. This is not removable. This is attached right here to the coat. This portion is like a nice dark green, so that's cute. But yeah, it just really sucks that this is like, it's all one piece and no pants. I thought she was wearing pants. Anyway, she does have, like, the good thing here is she has a brand new boots. So there we go. She has a new boot mold, which looks really fun. We have some lace-up details right there. No painted details, but of course, it's still nice to just get a new shoe mold for Elphaba. And I think, you know, the outfit does look nice overall, even if it is very simple and very, you know, it's all one piece. And then we have her cape, which also is attached. So it is not removable from the dress here, unfortunately. It is also very fragile, so be very careful when you get this doll and, you know, when handling her cape, because I think it can rip very easily. Like, the ends here are not hemmed, they're not cinched, so they can fray very easily. You can kind of see right here, like it's just getting very messy already. And I just got her today, so yeah. But I do like the print here. It looks very, you know, scattered. You know, I do think the intent of the cape is to look raggedy and very old. So I guess we do get that essence here, but it's kind of see-through as well. And I just feel like, you know, it could have been a little bit more interesting and definitely could have also been higher quality for sure. You know, like at least the first deluxe doll, her cape was a separate piece and was thicker. This one is just, you know, very thin and again, very delicate. And here's a comparison between the old deluxe doll and the new deluxe doll. So you can tell there's a slight difference in the skin tone. Here, the skin tone is a little bit brighter, and then seemingly on the new Elphaba, her skin tone is a bit darker, really like just like a smidge darker, or maybe my eyes are playing tricks on me, I'm not sure. But the face screening is the exact same, the makeup as well. Again, I feel like she has a brighter skin tone. Am I crazy? But yeah, the hair is the same, and then we get to the outfits. You know, she has the purple here, underlayer, right, with the dress. The textures here is very similar to the skirts. And then the cape, this is separate, this is not. You can see here, this is much thicker, it's very soft here on the outer side. And then this cape is just very thin and very fragile looking. And then the shoes, you know, they are different. They're new molds, like I mentioned. So that is nice. And then we have Glinda. Spoiler, she's my favorite. With her stand, it's in silver, the base, like the last one. And then the stand here is clear. And just like with Elfie, it is also attached via the legs, which, yeah. And that's her only other accessory, aside for the stand. She has her trusty wand, which is the same as the last one. Maybe this part is a little bit of a different hue of pink. It might be a bit darker. We'll see in a second. And then, of course, she has her crown and a new set of earrings. But that's really all she comes with. No other accessories. The actual face screening here is the exact same. The makeup is the pink eyeshadow with some mascara, brown eyes. The eyebrow shape is the same. We even have the nose contour right there. They still did it, even though it looks kind of weird. And then the only difference here that I can tell anyway is that the lipstick color is like a bit of a paler pink. than the coral shade that they chose for the first round of Glinda dolls. But that's really the only difference, the lipstick color. The entirety of her face otherwise is the same. The earrings, like I mentioned, is a new mold. Here they have a new shape. They're kind of like sparkly, and they are in this translucent kind of glittery plastic, which also matches her bubble crown. Yeah, this time around, it's not silver. It's, yeah, translucent glittery plastic. So yeah, very fun, very cutesy. That is also something that makes her more, you know, unique, I guess. The hairstyle is the exact same shade of blonde, and I would say even the same length. So it's very soft, it's the same texture. It's, yeah, in every sense, the hair is the exact same. And then we get to her. Yeah, I showed already the wand. It looks the same. One thing I have to note is that she has, for some reason, her hands are a little bit different. They have a different texture. They feel like a different plastic altogether. So very interesting as to why they chose to change the plastic material for her hands specifically, and only for Glinda. Elphie does not have this kind of new set of hands. Her hands feel normal. It's only Glinda's hands that have this new type of plastic. And this hand is a new shape. So we have one finger that's stretched out here, and the others are kind of like more enclosed. So that's a brand new hand mold. She does have these kind of like see-through sleeves. We have these poofy parts right here on the shoulders, and then we get to her kind of like torso portion of the dress with the printed on pattern design that's kind of like shimmery as well. You know, is it cheap looking? Nah, I mean, it's questionable for sure. The details are just, it's just the print, but I do like how it kind of shimmers in the light. And then we get to her skirt. So it is multiple layers, thankfully, not like with the previous ball gown. This one actually has like 3 layers. So, you know, thank Oz, it actually looks kind of decent. Definitely an improvement overall. So the first layer is this one right here. This is the first layer, which, yeah, it does sound a bit papery. It's not the best quality of fabric, but it'll do. It is the base layer after all, with the kind of gradient of different colors here in pink, purple, blue. It really does kind of set the tone for the nice kind of like periwinkle hue that they're going for. And in the second layer is this one right here, which has more kind of like gradients of different colors of blue and purple and pink. And then the last layer is this kind of like white base with a ton of the shimmery pattern printed on. It's really nice, and again, it shimmers really nicely, and it has the different swirls and designs going around it. So I have to say, this dress does look very nice. It doesn't feel like the best quality, but you know what? It's okay. It looks nice. It looks definitely better than the last dress. And then her shoes are, I believe, maybe even the same mold from the first Deluxe doll. I'm not sure, but they do look similar. Here, they are just in a purple shade. And here's a comparison between the first Deluxe Glinda and the new Deluxe Glinda doll. Obviously, the dresses are completely different. One is pink, one is blue. The fabrics chosen for the dresses are also very different. This, very papery, very shower curtain feeling. This, okay, honestly, that doesn't sound any better, but trust me, this feels better than this. So yeah, there's definitely a higher level of quality that was given here on this Glinda's dress. The overall poofiness, I would say, is the same. The length, also maybe this one's shorter a little bit. The shoes, again, one is pink, one is purple, and they are, I want to say they are the exact same. They are the same mold of shoe, just in different colors. And then we do have her faces. Again, the makeup is the same, just the lip color is different. You can tell right away. She has a cooler pink and she has a coral pink shade. She has the silver crown and earrings, and she has the pearlescent kind of like see-through plastic instead of the silver for the crown and earrings. The wand is, again, basically the same, but you could argue this is darker pink, lighter pink, and then the hair is the same color, but I do feel like her hair is maybe a little bit longer and it's also softer. Like, I don't know why, but her hair is a little bit messier. Honestly, it's a tie. I like them both equally. Obviously, I think her dress is better quality, but I also love the pink here just because I love pink. So I cannot choose. They're both just really stunning. And that was my unboxing review of the two brand new Wicked Part 2 or For Good Deluxe dolls of Glinda and Elphaba. My overall thoughts are that the quality is pretty much the same like we saw with the first Deluxe dolls. The quality is not like hugely improved. I do think the dress for Glinda, like, it feels better. There's different layers, you know, like it looks better. For Elfie, almost it feels like it looks worse. Her outfit, like the cape is attached. It's like just one piece. It's kind of like ruggedy, and it definitely feels like kind of, you know, like it could get torn very easily. You know, like at least with the other Elphaba, her cape was separate and it felt soft. It was also one layer, but still, like, I don't know, I just feel like this outfit, like the skirt being this like attached, I feel like it would have been better if she had pants, you know? Yeah, I don't know, I like her, but I feel like Glinda, like the second time around, has a better dress. And Glinda in the first Deluxe dolls has a worse dress, and Elfie looks better. So it's kind of like a, you know, weird how they both have kind of like their pros and cons for both Deluxe versions. Overall, I would say it would have been even better if we could have had a new set of face sculpts for the second movie dolls to have a more serious, you know, expression to match the themes of the movie. Would have made sense, because I doubt they're going to be smiling this much in the movie. But, you know, still, I guess they just didn't want to spend the money on creating multiple face sculpts, which is fair. You know, Mattel couldn't have known like how big the movie would have become, the first one. So it is what it is. I do like the different makeup on Glinda, like the lipstick is different, you know, and I think Elfie could have used maybe some darker eyeshadow, some, you know, like darker shades, because, you know, she does have darker makeup on in this second movie trailer that we've seen so far. Anyway, my favorite is Glinda, obviously, and I think they still look just really great. But what do you think? Who's your fave? And will you be getting any of the other Wicked for Good dolls? Dorothy, the Wizard, minifigures, like little dolls, mini dolls. Stay tuned for those reviews as well, if I ever find them. But yeah, for now, again, who's your fave? Let me know down below, and I hope you all enjoyed. Leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and please consider becoming a channel member today. Link to join is down below, and of course, so you don't miss out when I post more content like this coming your way and keeping you up to date with all the doll tea you love. Stay safe, be kind. I hope this next time, stay peachy. Kisses.